So what we want to do now is want to play what these gentlemen had to say. I want you guys to listen to Shannon Sharpe, listen to Chad Johnson, and listen to Gilbert Arenas at the end. And then we're going to come back and react to the comments. Take a listen to these gentlemen here.
I wish he was my running mate. Why? Because he's one of the most skillful basketball players of all goddamn time that I used to play with. How is that making it about? How's that making it about you?
I can't say he's one of the. LeBron also said he's one of the most, if not the most skilled player in NBA history. And I'm extremely happy for him, considering some of the things that he went through. Kyrie has matured. Right. Kyrie has grown. We don't need to rehash everything that he's done, but he has grown. Okay. I am so proud of him for becoming the man that we see today. Man, I'm pissed off. He ain't my running mate no more. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. I mean, listen, they're finding a reason. They're finding a reason to say that LeBron is inserting himself in something that everyone else is inserting themselves in the same thing. Everyone is talking about Kyrie. They're talking about how he's matured, his growth to this point. Obviously going to play in Boston. Everybody talking about the same shit. Obviously, when LeBron says something, because he used to play with him, and they cut out all the good stuff he said, just to say, oh, now he's inserting himself. Well, it's goddamn LeBron. Anything he says pertaining to basketball is going to be talked about. Hell, the Lakers then took over the goddamn headlines, and they're not even playing the damn championship.
LeBron.
Like, listen, this is simple. When it comes to Perk, when it comes to Paul Pierce, whatever they say about LeBron, you just don't pay attention to it because they are Boston Celtics fans, and the number one enemy of them was LeBron James. He is a trigger to them. They hate him with all the hate that they can possibly hate, right? So they're going to turn it anyway. That's just them. So you just go with it.
So you heard what they had to say. What are my thoughts? First of all, what Kendrick Perkins said is true. LeBron will even drop a tweet. LeBron even dropped a tweet when Tom Brady won his 7th championship. He always finds the right moment, right? The right moment. When it's always coincidental with him. When something big happens and everybody's flocking to that person, he'll jump in. And then all of a sudden people start saying, did you see what LeBron had to say? Did you see what LeBron had to say? ESPN, I see you mofos and what you do. Whenever something big happens in another NBA player's life, what ESPN always does, and they're very slick, House of Highlights does this too, Clutch Sports, you guys are really powerful. What they do is they'll now bring some graphic that is related to LeBron doing that similar thing and then bring LeBron James into it to keep him relevant, to always remind you, LeBron is there, LeBron is there, LeBron is there. People see through you guys like a glass menagerie, man. It's so obvious what these guys do. Now, let's get to what Shannon Sharpe said. Shannon Sharpe, I think I said this on the show yesterday. I wonder what goes on in the mind of a LeBron fan, because Shannon Sharpe saw that and he's like, I don't understand. Like, what is he talking about? What does he mean? He's like, I thought it was perfectly fine. It seemed perfectly normal to me. Like, what's the issue here? Yes, he said that. He was giving his props. I don't see what the problem is. Now, here's what's interesting. I genuinely believe that Shannon Sharpe didn't see a problem with it. I genuinely believe that a LeBron fan did not see an issue with it, did not take an issue with it. I genuinely believe that. They generally believe this. Let's get to Gilbert Arenas. That was the most interesting part of this entire soundbite. Why was that interesting? Gilbert Arenas says something that I absolutely did not understand. Gilbert Arenas said that the reason Kendrick Perkins said what he said is the very reason that Paul Pierce says what he says on TV, which is these guys were former Boston Celtics. And I'm going to call cap on all of that. Kendrick Perkins has been on ESPN twerking it up, shaking it up, slapping these people in the hallway with honey and all kind of crazy stuff for LeBron James. He been the one running around there like a madman talking about LeBron James is the GOAT. Kendrick Perkins has been on that train. Kendrick Perkins got into an argument, a lover's quarrel with Shannon Sharpe talking about who been supporting LeBron James more. That was Kendrick Perkins. So I'm gonna call a big fat ass cap on that one. We're gonna throw a yellow flag on that play, you cap.